Hey everyone, it's Bob Perkins bringing you another Monday Morning Sales Minute. Glad you could join us today. Now, last week I talked about how to really advance your career. I talked about things like always be learning, uh, growing your network, getting involved, and even giving back to the profession. Today, I'm going to speak practically about how do you really get that next promotion? How do you get a job that's will pay you more money, give you more responsibility to practically move your career to the next level. And there's two ways you can do it. And I want to break this down into you can do it passively or you can do it proactively. And you can do it internally where you're currently at, or you can look outside your current company. Now, let's start with passively. And let's start with being passively moving your career along internally. So number one is you have to prove your value. So be focused on the things that matter, making sure you hit that number, making sure you're managing performance, making sure you're bringing extra value to the organization. Things like, raising your hand to take on more responsibility, going over and above, doing things that you're not asked to do that would make you be viewed as someone who goes the extra mile, who's really bringing value to the organization. What about passively externally? So a lot of times, if you're happy where you're at and you're making the money you need to make, there may be other opportunities out there that would help challenge you in your career and give you the next step up in terms of level of responsibility. In fact, some of the best jobs come to passive candidates. I was at a company, things were going great. I had just gotten a promotion a year or two before, and a recruiter reached out to me, and it was really a dream job. I wasn't looking, I was being passive, but an opportunity came my way. All right, what about proactively? So let's talk about, let's say you're in a situation you really have more to offer. You want to take that next step in responsibility. Let's talk being proactively internally. It means something like having a vision for your career and your own development. I talked about that last week, but taking that vision, putting it into an action plan. So many years ago, when I was a frontline manager, I had the desire to move up into a second line manager. And I actually put a plan together and presented it to my boss at the time and said, here's what I see. Here's why I think it would help the organization. Here are the steps I would take. This is what I would do if I had a position as a second line leader. And I put a whole, it was probably a 5 or 6 page plan together. And about 6 months later, I was promoted to that second line manager. That's being proactive, right? You're taking your career and the next step in terms of a promotion, the next step in responsibility in your own hands. What about proactively externally? This is maybe where you might not be in the best situation. You might need to consider leaving a company. So you have to go out and make it known. So networking is huge, right? Of course, you can do all the searching for job openings online. I would encourage you to do that, but go beyond that, right? Build a network. Reach out to your colleagues that you've met, maybe at a chapter at an AISP conference. I personally get lots of calls from members that saying, hey, I'm ready to move on, or I'm relocating and I'm looking for that next job in my career advancement. And they reach out to me and I go, really? Well, I just heard about an opening over here. So use that network, meet with people, let it be known to your close colleagues and associates that, you're looking and you're ready for that next move. I hope this helps. Passive ways, proactive ways. Again, your career, your advancement is primarily your responsibility. I hope that helps. If you didn't get to see last week, go back, because I talked about things in really developing yourself more than I am today talking about taking the next step in your career. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Until next week, good selling. Bye.